Marvel solidifies Robert Downey Jr.'s MCU exit as Yeun makes his MCU debut. Warner Bros. Confirms more Lord of the Rings films, and apparently Aquaman 2 might actually suck. All that and more on this week's TCN Rundown. Robert Downey Jr. is officially off the table for returning to the MCU, reported by JoBlo.com earlier this week. Marvel Studios executive Steven Broussard said, if you look at like Cassie Lang in Quantumania getting a suit and Kate Bishop in Hawkeye, new characters being introduced like Jack and Werewolf by Night, after these first 10 years of Marvel storytelling, torches are being passed, like with Robert Downey Jr. no longer being on the table and stuff like that. So it was kind of a new generation stepping into the forefront, which again has always happened in the comics. Now I for one am not upset at this news because I thought that Robert Downey Jr. received a perfect send-off in Avengers Endgame, and I would prefer that his legacy not be tarnished. That being said, I would very much like to see a Tony Stark variant in future MCU projects. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is currently in theaters, and the next MCU film is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, releasing May 5th. Yeun has officially joined the cast of the Thunderbolts. THR reports that the Oscar nominee will play a key role in the film. Though no specifics have been revealed, it is to believe that the Walking Dead star will appear in future projects as well. Yeun is best known for playing Glenn on AMC's The Walking Dead and voicing the titular character on Amazon Prime's Invincible. He has also had success in film, most recently in Jordan Peele's Nope, but it was his role in the 2021 film Minari that earned him his much-deserved Oscar nomination. The Thunderbolts centers around some of Marvel's most notorious villains and anti-heroes teaming up. Kevin Feige recently revealed that Bucky, formerly known as the Winter Soldier, would be the most stable of the team and be leading the team. Now this has me intrigued because I've really enjoyed the way they've handled Bucky's arc over the course of the MCU. The film will also star Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Olga Kurylenko, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and is set to be released July 26, 2024. More Middle-earth is coming from Warner Bros. Discovery. IGN confirmed the Lord of the Rings news on Friday. This comes as no surprise as David Zaslav has said that the focus for Warner Bros. Would be on franchises, with Lord of the Rings being one of the biggest, earning $5.86 billion worldwide. The first trilogy was world-breaking, earning $3 billion at the box office and being nominated for whatever Academy Award you can think of, including a win for Best Picture for Return of the King. The success of the Lord of the Rings franchise has kicked down the door for the fantasy genre, introducing it to a mainstream audience. The franchise has recently made its way to television with Amazon Prime's The Rings of Power, which has been confirmed for 5 seasons. No word yet as to when the next feature film will be. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is not doing well during test screenings. The Direct reported that viewer Anon described the consensus of Aquaman 2 to be, quote, boring, not as good as the first, and potentially one of the worst DCEU movies. Viewer Anon expanded on that, saying, when people know that there have been a lot of test screenings, our silence becomes pretty telling. I like Juan. I know he's had a rough time on this one. I hope it works out. The film is currently on the same course as the last DC film, Black Adam, which did not test well and has resulted in a lackluster performance at the box office. The scooper also went on to say that Amber Heard being in the film did not influence people's opinions because she's not in the film that much. Although it wasn't perfect, I really enjoyed the first Aquaman film, and James Wan is one of my favorite directors, so I hope he gets this thing worked out before December. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is set to release Christmas Day this year. HBO Max orders It prequel series Welcome to Derry. After being announced March of last year to be in development by Andy and Barbara Muschietti, Variety confirmed that the series is moving forward. Sarah Aubrey, head of original content for HBO Max, said, "We are thrilled to continue this iconic franchise with the brilliant Andy and Barbara Muschietti, Jason Fuchs, and Brad Caleb Kane. This prequel will expand the It storytelling canvas and bring fans deeper into the terrifying, mesmerizing town of Derry." The originator himself, Stephen King, shared his positive thoughts, saying, "I'm excited that the story of Derry, Maine's most haunted city, is continuing, and I'm glad Andy Muschietti is going to be overseeing the frightening festivities, along with the brain trust including his talented sister Barbara. Red balloons all around." It Chapters 1 and 2 have earned $1.1 billion worldwide collectively, resulting in Pennywise becoming a pop culture icon in recent years. By the way, this might be a hot take, but It Chapter 2 is a good movie. No further details have been released as of yet. Ray Liotta gets a posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. THR tweeted the news earlier this week with a picture of the late actor above his much-deserved Hollywood star. Ray Liotta is most famous for his role in Goodfellas, but also starred in Field of Dreams, The Many Saints of Newark, and more recently, Cocaine Bear. He's also done voice work for video games such as Narc and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Liotta passed away May of last year. That wraps it up for this week's rundown. Are you sad to hear that Robert Downey Jr. will officially not be returning? Are you excited for more Lord of the Rings movies? And do the early reactions of Aquaman 2 worry you? Let us know down in the comments. I'm Jay Stu of The Culture Nerd, reminding you to stay nerdy, my friends.